Hi, in this video I explore Lake Braies in the Dolomites during a recent trip to Italy. I'll share some tips for how to make the most of a visit to this beautiful but popular location, and I'll also show you some of the photos I took during my time there. Hi, good morning. It's currently about 7:30 in the morning and I'm wandering around Lake Braies. I've been here for about an hour or so, so this is the way to get here to avoid all the crowds, especially in peak season. Although we were here yesterday, about 10 o'clock in the morning we got here. It wasn't actually as busy as I thought, so this is about mid to late September, so it's kind of out of season. So this is a good time to come if you want to avoid all the main crowds here. So yesterday wandered around the whole lake, really beautiful views, and I'll put some of the footage in this video. This morning, been trying to get some sunrise shots. The light's not been amazing. Got a few shots, but to be honest, yesterday the light was much nicer. It's just really nice and peaceful here this time in the morning. There's quite a few photographers, but not any tourists really, so it's a good time to come. So I'm just going to wander around a little bit more, try and get some more shots, and see you in a bit. As I mentioned at the start of the video, I had visited the lake on the previous day. This was later in the morning, around 10:30, so unsurprisingly it was a lot busier than at sunrise. I was actually expecting it to be more crowded than it was, although I expect it does get more crowded during peak season. I was here in September, which is a slightly less popular time. The most popular spot is by the boathouse, which is the closest point to the car parks. This is where everyone comes for their Instagram photos, but a lot of these people don't seem to venture any further. My tip for visiting the lake is to continue along the path, past the boathouse, past all the crowds. Almost immediately it becomes a lot quieter and the scenery is just as good, if not better. As the path around the lake is a loop, you can go either way round. I chose to walk around in a clockwise direction, but you can just as easily go the other way round. Overall, the walk is just over 2.5 miles to do the full loop, and it took me about 3.5 hours. Although this did involve quite a few stops to take photos and videos, so it might take you a bit less time to do. One thing to note though is that the path is quite steep and involves going up and down steps on one of the sides of the lake. If you want to avoid this, then the best option is to walk around in an anti-clockwise direction, as the path on the other side is flat and suitable for pushchairs. Despite the steps, this path wasn't particularly strenuous and the views made it worthwhile anyway. I think this was my favourite side of the lake because you were looking down on it slightly, had a bit of elevation, and the views across the lake were stunning. Once you reach the halfway point, there's a little beach area with views across to the hotel on the north of the lake. While you're here, check out the little stacks of stone that people build. You can even create your own. As you continue the walk around, there's a public toilet and picnic area by the lake shore. The rest of the walk back to the car parks is much flatter than the opposite side and is the best option if you want to avoid the steps. During the peak summer season, the road to the lake is closed during the day, unless you've got a hotel reservation near the lake or a car parking space booked in advance. Outside of these times there are no restrictions, although you still need to pay for the car parking. You can also take a bus, although these don't run early enough if you want to get there for sunrise. We finished the walk by this little church and had lunch at the cafe nearby before heading back to the car park via the souvenir shops. All in all, it was a very enjoyable way to spend a few hours around this beautiful lake, and I definitely recommend it if you're in the area. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, then please hit the like button, and I'd really appreciate if you subscribe as well. Thanks a lot for watching.